What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to Gamble with Jimmy. We're gonna play some Baccarat. So let's go ahead and get started here. I kind of have it. I usually have it zoomed in a little closer for you guys, but I wanted to see if you could see me. I don't know if you can see my face. Hopefully my head is not cut off. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start showing you more of live Baccarat. Okay, so this is the house's money. I'll put this like right here up at the front. Okay, so this is the house's money. And this is going to show our patterns here of banker and player. Okay, so we'll throw a couple of these over here, get these ready. I hope you guys are doing great. So let's go ahead and get started with a Baccarat session. Okay, I've got a 8-deck set right here. We got 8. I don't have actually I do have the entire 8 decks. The entire 8 deck is right there. Now I did shuffle the cards. I usually show you guys that I shuffle the cards, but you guys see that I'm the worst shuffler. I have no clue whether it's going to be banker or player. There is no difference between me being here and at the casino. There is zero difference whatsoever. Okay, so let's analyze how much I have. I have $5,000 that I have. We've got player, we've got banker. Okay, now before we get started, I always like to thank all of my loyal subscribers and the ones that take their Baccarat very seriously. I can't thank you enough for keeping this channel alive by you guys going and participating and supporting the channel through my website and getting the private training. So I do offer a Baccarat private training. Go to gamblewithjimmy.com. That's gamblewithjimmy.com. and order the Baccarat total package. You get 6 videos. They're private videos. Takes about 20 minutes to an hour to process your order. And you're going to get 3 private training videos that will teach you money management, bet sizing, all the tricks that we use of triggers. And you'll also get the 3 strategies which you'll learn how to switch from to back and forth. I do have a couple other strategies that you can buy through the website, like the switch, the Baccarat switch, and I think there's another one, the hard 6. Those 2 strategies are separate, but the Baccarat total package covers a lot. Okay, so go ahead and get that at gamblewithjimmy.com. Thank you guys so much for letting me explain that. I have to always say that in order to continue to be able to show you these free videos, because without the support, the channel is not going to exist, guys. YouTube just does not pay enough money for me to take my time to do this. All right, so let's get started. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start it off. I always like to start with player. I personally just like to start with player. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be on a $25 table. I'm going to put my quarter there, and I am going to grab. Now, guys, I'm not a professional dealer, so I do have to use my cheat sheet. There's even times when I'm at the casino that I get confused sometimes on when they're supposed to. The tricky one is banker. Player is really simple to understand the rules with banker. I'm sorry, player. When you're doing this, the dealers, they've been doing it for a long time. So it's very simple for them on the rules of banker. But the more that we know, the better, because I do see the casino dealers sometimes making mistakes. But a lot of the players who constantly play Baccarat, they always correct them. I hope you guys can see me. If you can't see me, you probably my head is probably cut off, dude. I'll put my face over here. But that would be funny if my head's cut off. So now normally I like to zoom it in closer for you guys. But if I zoom it in, then you don't get to see my beautiful face. You know what I mean? So, all right. So here's how it works. Okay. So let's kind of go over this. If you guys want to get a sheet of paper and write this down, because this is the real deal Holyfield on how this works. Okay. So the way it works is banker is always going to get a third card if it's a 0, 1, or a 2. The only way that it won't is if the player has a natural 8 or 9, okay? I think everybody knows that. Okay, banker will get a third card if it has 3. And I'll tell you what, we'll just play. Instead of me explaining all this, we're going to just play. And that way I can show you as we go along. We'll check this as verification every single time. And that's perfect, okay? All right, so let's pull our cards. I've got the fan on, so it's kind of blowing everywhere. All right, that's perfect. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started, okay? And I'll explain to you as we actually have things happening. That makes more sense, okay? So the player's going to flip over first, all right? So the player is showing a 1. So we have 0, and the ace is a 1, okay? Now the banker is going to take a look at what they have, and they have a 2, and they have a 5. So that is a really, really strong hand. Now, anytime that banker has a 7, it will always stand with 2 cards. It doesn't matter. It's never going to get a third card on banker if you have a 7, 8, or a 9. Never will get a third card. All right? You guys can write that down if you want. All right? Now, player is going to get a third card here because it's showing a 1, okay? And it is a 5. So we're going to lose the $25, and that's going to complete the first hand of our session. We're going to lose the 25. We're going to give that over to the casino. I'll put it over here so we can get a better idea of how much we're up and down. So the winner was banker, okay? So we'll put the banker right here to create our first pattern. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're now going to go ahead and switch, and we're going to try to go with a winner here instead of playing a chop system. We're going to just see if we can get a win with banker on a drop. And what we're going to do, we're going to fire with $50 on banker. Okay, we'll put our banker wagers really right here. Okay, all right, so here we go. Player is always going to get dealt first. Go ahead, and player has a great score. That's a natural 8, guys. That's a natural 8. So unless banker has an 8 or a 9, player's going to win here. Banker has a 6. It's over. There is no moving on. That's it. Capiche. Done. So it's going to be a chop. Player gets the victory. Okay, so we are going to lose again. So we're 0 for 2. No big deal. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to go with player, because we're going to try to see if sooner or later we think that hopefully one of these are going to drop. Now, you can totally play a chop system, but we're not really worried about anything right now. In this game, the beautiful thing about it, in the training, you're going to learn that you only have to be successful 1 out of every 7. You can lose 6 or 7 times and win 1 time, and you still will walk home with profits. So I will teach you how to do that in the training. Can't show you in the tutorial for free, cannot show it, because the people who get the training, I can't just have them support the channel and then just give it to everybody for free. That doesn't make any sense. But I do the best that I can for you guys on the free tutorials, okay? We always win. I do the best that I can, but we always win. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead. We usually only will switch strategies based on a period of 20% of the shoe. So we're nowhere near 20% of the shoe. So we're just going to go ahead and think that, hey, let's hope that player can get a drop here. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and do our bet on. Now, we are down 75. We know that. Now, we have a couple options. What I always like to say is always have a risk versus a reward. So in other words, if you just bet 75, well, now you're risking 150 to win 0. I don't like to do that. However, if you do 75 here, you're always giving yourself a better opportunity to get more losses to eventually get that win that you need without stressing yourself out by betting bigger and bigger and bigger every single time. All right? Now remember, in the training, a totally different animal. Totally different animal. We do not bet every hand. We only bet triggers. Way less stress. Way less stress. And the win rate is 33% more if you get the training. We're just going to do $75 on player. Okay, we're just trying to get our money back here, people, right now on this hand. Okay, we're not trying. We just started. We don't want to get down in this big, huge hole right off the get-go. Okay. All right, and look at that. Look at that. We have a natural 8. There's a really high percentage chance that we get a reset and we get to start over. Now remember, if we would have went up to the 150 mark, we would not only have our 75 back, but we would be up in profit 75. But it's too early to be getting into big bet sizes when you first start. Okay, it's over. That's the ball game, folks. We're going to win. Okay, so it was 8-0. There is no third card when that happens. And now, look, we got our money back. We just chill out. We're like, hey, we're just regrouping. We've got our first drop. All right? Now, what do we want to do here? Well, I'm going to go ahead and go back to a chop here. I'm going to switch it and just say I think it's going to be a chop. Okay? There's no magic solution here. You could say I'm going to bet the winner. That's totally fine. The only thing that matters is your bet sizing and you trying to understand that you want to win 1 out of every 7. And unless you get the training, you're not going to know how to do that. It's just that simple. When you take the training, you'll agree with me, I promise you. You'll be like, wow, he's totally right. I get it now. All right. Now we're going to go with banker. All right. How much are we going to do? Just a quarter. That's it. We only need to do a quarter. Here we go. Player, banker, player. Here we go. We have an 8. You could pretty much say goodbye to that quarter, okay? Now, once in a while, you'll get lucky here with an 8 or a 9. All right, we had a nice score. We had a nice score of 7. But that's the ball game, folks. That's all she wrote. We're going to lose that quarter. And now, when you're playing every hand like this, and you don't have the knowledge that we have from the training, going down to the quarter is very important. Too many of you guys start off with way too big on your first bet. Way too big. Because you can't get yourself out of jams. Baccarat is not about winning every hand. It's impossible to win every hand. Okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and chalk one up for player. For all of you that went with the winner, you got that quarter. We didn't. No big deal. Now, what we like to do in this particular scenario, I don't like to challenge momentum. I'm not a big fan on challenging momentum. So what are we going to do? We're not going to do anything. We're just going to get a free hand and let the other people on the table bet. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to watch the hand play out. You got a 2. Okay, so here you got a 5. Okay, so we know for a fact that player is going to get a third card. How do we know that? Player only stands on a 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's it. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Anything lower, it's always going to get a third card unless this is a natural 8 or 9 on the other side, on banker. Okay? All right, so we're going to draw a card for player. Oh, wow. That's a good score. That is a good score. Okay? So, if banker has 5, the player's third, if the player's third card is a 4, 5, 6, or 7, it automatically has to draw a third card, okay? So it's going to go from a 5 to a 1. Wah, 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 wah. The winner is player. Player gets the win. We did not bet. We did not challenge momentum. Momentum won. We are not interested against momentum. All right? We don't want anything to do with momentum and betting against momentum. Don't do it. Okay? Who cares? We're only down a quarter. Okay? No big deal. Because it won, we don't want no part of that. We're going to get another free card. Okay? Booyah! That's a big fat 0. Oh, Lord, that's a good score. That's a natural 8. Game is over. Now we have a switch. And now the momentum is over. And we can get back to business. Got no time to mess around. What is this? All right, guys. Let's go ahead. And we're going to go with banker. I like banker here. Boom. Let's go with banker. All right. Now we lost this quarter, right? That's a no-brainer. That's an instant $50 bet. Chump change, just trying to get that quarter back and make ourselves a quarter, okay? Easiest bet in the casino is the first bet that you lose and then the second bet. Easiest betting system there is. So simple. Because it's such small amount of money, it's just no-brainer, okay? All right, guys, so we're going to have a 2. Player has a 2, all right? Our banker, game over. Give me the $50. That's a natural 8. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mark up the banker win. And that has dropped. First drop for banker. And we're going to get our 25 back. And they're going to pay us commission or a bonus of a quarter. All right, so on this session, that little quarter is our profit. That's all we're up right now. Because we're just getting warmed up. We're just getting our feet into it. Okay, we're getting closer to that 25%. That's why that strategy I have on the website that's called Baccarat Switch is so important. That's a good little strategy system right there that really helps you determine when you're supposed to switch into what of those strategies that you get in the training. So you've got to become an expert with these strategies that we learn and knowing which one to switch to. That's key. That's very important. All right, so we're going to go now. We're going to go back to a chop. That's what I like. I'm going to bet player here. Okay, we're going to go ahead. And now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bet my profit, and I'm going to bet a quarter of my own money. So I'm going up. Huge bet to $50. Huge bet. This is my life savings right there on a $50 player bet. Let's see if we can get the victory. If we don't win this, I don't even know how I'm going to eat tonight. Okay? Oh, we got a 3. At least we have something. Okay? At least we have something. All right, we're winning 3-2. It's like a baseball game. Okay? What's the rule of player? If it's under what? If it's under 5, we got to get a hit. Anything under 5 or lower. Okay? Anything under 6. Anything under 6. Okay, here we go. Boom. I'll take it, man. That's good. We got 4. That could have been a nightmare card. 4 is a great score. It's a great score. Okay? We put the pressure on. I haven't seen very many face cards. I bet you that this is going to be a face card, okay? So, obviously, the rule with banker, if you have anything like that, that you show in a 2, that's a guaranteed third card, okay? And there it is. We haven't seen hardly any face cards. So that was just pretty easy to think it might be a face card. All right? And we're going to hold on, and we're going to get the winner. So we did go a little more aggressive, and now we got 50. And just like that, guys, we put our little quarter back in our rack, and now we got $75, okay? So the winner there was player, and it did go back to the chop, okay? So this board right here is pretty easy board, to be honest with you. That's a pretty easy board to win right there, So what do you guys want to do? What do you think we should do here? Okay? Do you think that it's going to be player dropping down, or you think it's going to be another chop? Okay? I'm going to go again with a chop. I'm a bet banker here, but there's no issue if you bet player. It's just a total guess. We're not psychics, okay? Baccarat is not about, oh, I know what it's going to be because this and this and this. No. That's not how Baccarat works. It doesn't work like that. All these people who are looking at all these little symbols and stuff and say, oh, it did this every single time. No, that's not Baccarat. You don't play like that. All right, we're going to go with banker. We're going to go with banker here, okay? Now, am I going to use my 75 profit? Absolutely not. I'm going to only put a quarter on my banker because no matter what happens, I'm still up $50. Okay, if I win this, I'm up 100. So we're going to give it a shot. We're playing small ball today, guys. We're playing small ball. Okay? Okay, so player is going to have a 1, okay? And we're going to go, we bet banker, and we're going to have a 0. So the pressure is all on banker, okay? All right, so both of them right now, this one's going to get a card, and that's a 5. So without a doubt, banker is going to get a 3rd card, okay? Here it goes. Oh, pays the man his money, okay? Now we're up $100, just like that. All right, perfect. Okay, now we'll go ahead and mark the chop off. All right, now what do I want to do? Well, I'm going to go ahead and just go with a winner here. All right, let's see if we can get back-to-back wins for banker. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Now we have 100 here. All right, so here's what I would recommend that you do. All right, I would go 50. I'd go 50 here because no matter what happens, you're still going to have 50 left over if you lose. But if you could get the win, you'll be up $150, and that momentum will start going in your favor here. So we're going to go 50 on banker, okay? I always love to use the casino's money to make more money, okay? That's great to do that. Doesn't mean we're going to win, but I like to do that. We're in a good spot. The more you play with profits, the better off you're going to be. Okay, so, oh, that's not good. That is not good. So there is no more cards for player. 6 or higher, there's no more cards for player. And we've got a lot of problems here, okay? 7! Oh my God, we tied. Tied. There is no 3rd card. There is no 3rd card when it's a 7, 8, or a 9 on the banker. Remember that. It stands on a 7, 8, or a 9 all the time. Wow, we got very lucky, and our $50 stays where it is. So that's fantastic, okay? Just disregard it and redo it. Don't change your bet or nothing like that. A lot of people are afraid, oh, it was a tie. That's a nonsense. That's a bunch of nonsense. Okay, here we go. All right, 0 for our competition. All right, 0 for our competition, and we have a 2. It's better than a 0. All right. So in case some of you guys that are watching, you don't understand how that works, it's always every time you hit 10, it's a 0. So you have 8, 9, 10. So it's 0, 1, 2. We have a 2. The best to 9, the highest to 9, closest to 9 wins. So we have 2 here. All right. So this is obviously going to get a 3rd card. Oh, it's got a 0. It's a 0. Okay. So let me check the rule book on this. Okay. So if we have a 0, 1, or a 2, it's always a 3rd card unless player has an 8 or a 9. So we have to take a hit on banker. We have to do it. That's kind of a weird rule. It is, isn't it? It's kind of a weird rule because in my opinion, it should be a winner right here for banker because this guy had 3 tries to beat this guy and this guy failed. But here's the good news. He's got 0. It's impossible to lose, but you could get an 8 here. An 8 would be horrible. You don't want an 8 because an 8 makes a tie, okay? Because you'd have 8 plus 2 is 0. Okay, so we don't want an 8. All right, that's perfect. We got a 5 total score. We get the $50. Give us the money, and just like that, we have $150. All right, now we're playing small ball, but we're winning, and we're doing a really, really, really good job with money management. Okay, so we did get our banker to drop. So the structure of the board is pretty predictable in my opinion. So we're doing pretty well. And in this particular case, I'm not really going to respect this until it was to go to at least 3, where I would like look for a free hand, you know. In this particular spot, I'll go ahead and do player. Now, this is something I want to share with you that is a part of the money management, okay? So I have 150 here. So I have a couple options. I can either jam the whole thing all in, okay? Now, when do I recommend that? Because look, here's the bottom line is that's free, right? So if I jam it and go all in with this 150 and I win, now I got $300 and I can just hit the road if I want, or I can keep playing and try to get it up to 1,000. All right. If you don't have savings at all and the whole money is your money, you got to get up and go, man. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. That's it. There is no more playing. Just take the $150. A lot of you guys that watch this, you're like, what the heck am I going to do with $150? I'm not going to go all the way to the casino and do that over $150. Well, you're looking at it the wrong way. I remember, I'll give you a quick story. There was a guy, I was on a craps table with him, and if he's watching, because he did get my channel, and he was down $2,000. And I said to him, were you ever up on the session at one point, you know, like $150 or something that he was up at one point? And I said, well, if you could go back now and I go in my pocket here and I give you $2,000 right now. This is after he lost the $2,000. He had no more money. If I give you the $2,000 back right now and $150 as a bonus, would you take that deal? Yes. You want to know why? Because the $2,000 that he lost was value to him, but not the $150. Okay? He wanted the $2,000 back that he lost, but he couldn't get it back. And if you put it to him that way, I'm like, now you would have $2,150 in your pocket. So you have to look at it that way. You have $5,000 plus the $150. So it adds up if you keep doing that. Sooner or later, this $150 will add up to the whole $5,000. And now you can do the same way you're learning how to play, but you're just going to go up just a little bit. So maybe when you start your sessions, instead of doing a quarter, you start your first bet with 50. If you lose, you go to 100. You see what I'm saying? So, all right, let's continue a little longer. It's not really about how much money that we're making today. I can increase the bets anytime that I want to. We've got plenty of money here to do that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go with the chop. I'm going to go with player. Now, here's what I was trying to say until I started rambling. Quarter. A quarter. Why would I only bet a quarter? Well, it's because no matter what, I got $125 in profit, and I'm making it difficult for the casino to get that money back. Okay? So, we're going to go with player. I'm buying losses is what I'm really doing. I don't want to lose, but I'm buying losses just in case I lose. Okay, I got a 4. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, it's over. We lost. Okay? Now, good thing, you know, you just didn't jam the thing or anything like that. We only lost a quarter. So we're saying, okay, keep our little quarter. Keep our little quarter. We're going to mark this as a banker win. All right, I don't want nothing to do with momentum. I don't want nothing to do with momentum here. I'm taking this one off. I ain't going against no banker. And I'm not going to try to predict when it's going to switch. Okay? So right here we have a 3. or I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. We have a 1. I apologize. This is a 1. We have 1 for player, and we have 2 for banker, and we have a 6 for player, and we have to take a hit on banker, and that's it. So player would win, and guess what? It went to a chop. All right? All right, so now the momentum is over, and we're going to go ahead, and we're definitely going to go with, I'm going to go with, looking at this board, this is what I'm going to do. From here to here, I'm going to go with the winner. I don't mind if I lose this one or even another one. I'm just going to go with the winner here, okay? So I'm going to go with player. All right, now I'm going to go 50 on player, okay? So I'm going to go with player. I'm going to go with the winner. I want my 25 back, and I want 25 profit, okay? Here we go. So player is a 2. Not the greatest score, but at least we have something. Oh, we can beat a 1. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get another card for player. Oh, well, it's better than nothing, right? We have a total score of 3. So we got a lot of options here. We want to hope for an ace or a face card here, all right? It's probably a good chance that we're going to lose here, but it could very well be a face card, guys. It's very possible. Oh, my God, we got lucky, okay? That was the only way we could win was an ace or a face card. That was it. That was the only way. Okay, so we got the win, and it's just like I told you. We have 0 stress. We still would have had $50 left. I'm sorry, we still would have had $75 left had we lost, and then our next bet would have been the 75, okay? In this particular case, we get $50. So we get our quarter back and then another quarter, and then all of this comes back to us. So we never lost anything. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 100, and we got 175 right there. And we ended up going with the winner, and we predicted it correctly, okay? So we'll go ahead and just take the little chump change. We're just going to make pretend that we don't have any savings. We're going to make pretend that this comes from our own pocket, not the casino. We're newbies. We're going to make pretend we're just learning the game. This is very motivational. This gives you confidence. You just beat them. We always beat them in this game. If you take the training, it's going to be very difficult not to win. I mean, think about that. Listen, I can tell you this for a fact. I can tell you for a fact. Everybody out there that has taken the training from me, you know the only way that they're going to lose is if they break the rules and they don't have the patience and they're failing at when they're supposed to switch to which system. They're not putting enough hard work into it if they're failing on the system that it teaches. That's the truth. A lot of people don't have the patience for it because it requires a lot of patience. And you're going to learn that when you get the training. Guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for all the support. Very important. It's very important that you hit the like button. It helps the algorithm of the channel. It's very important. So hit the like button. Go to gamblewithjimmy.com, get the training, support the channel. Without you, I can't exist and can't operate this channel. It does not work without your support, okay? Thank you guys so much, and you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Last thing, too, check out my new stock channel. It's called Stock Market Jimmy. Matter of fact, I'm hoping on Monday that the market is red again on Monday. I hope so. So I think a lot of the prices are still too high. There's a couple stocks that I do see opportunity with. Check out the last video that I made. You'll find it very, very educational. Thanks, guys. I'm out of here, and I'll talk to you on the next one.